We need to talk a little bit of pretty people problems, talk some of that stuff from Hollyweird, some of the news from the entertainment world. So with that in mind, let's get some entertainment style music going on here. If you have not heard the news yet, if you're a fan of Starfleet and the Star Trek side of the space industry, Paul Giamatti has joined on the cast of Star Trek Starfleet Academy as the series' main villain. He's going to be joining Holly Hunter, who is the series Starfleet Captain and Chancellor, so have to wait and see. He apparently was one of the biggest Star Trek fans out there, and so it was pretty an awesome experience, said co-showrunners Alex Kurtzman and Noga Landau. The show will follow the lives of 5 cadets at the Academy, including their academic and romantic pursuits. Will feature the largest contiguous set ever constructed for a Star Trek series, so be watching for that as it comes up in the future. Well, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, is starring in a new martial arts movie called Smashing Machine, which is a real story of MMA champion Mark Kerr. They said it's Johnson's most dramatic project so far. Also features Emily Blunt as his wife, Dawn Staples, and if you haven't seen the pictures of him, you wouldn't even know it is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. But apparently he sustained an elbow injury while filming the movie. He showed his elbow off, saying, he says, "Looks like I have a cantaloupe in the bottom of my elbow." But he said despite the injury, he remained upbeat, and he said what his father used to say, "A day without pain is like a day without sunshine." So still after it, but injured himself in his most recent movie. Well, if you remember, if you grew up in my generation and the generation before, you remember Hollywood Squares. Well, apparently CBS is trying to bring Hollywood Squares back yet again, this time. And I'm not sure what I think about this. Drew Barrymore will be the center square. If you know anything about Hollywood Squares, you know the center square is always kind of the comedic heart of the show. I think she'll do okay, but I don't know. I just have trouble seeing her as the center square. Even crazier, Nate Burleson, who's the co-host of CBS Mornings and an NFL analyst, is going to be the host of the show. They said it's going to air on Wednesdays following The Price is Right at night and Raid the Cage. So, if you don't remember, it originally aired on NBC in the 60s, and then, of course, in syndication with a newer version with Chuck Woolery in the 80s. It's coming back in January, so be watching for that coming up soon. Glenn Powell has learned that his viral cannibal dating story is an urban legend. He just realized that the wild dating cannibal story that he'd been sharing for years is actually just an urban legend. He admitted to the false alarm in a Twitter post after recently recounting the story on podcast, attributing it to his sister's friend. The tale involves a girl going on a date with a suspicious guy who offers her a massage, leading to the chilling discovery of a black market lotion supposedly used to break down skin for human consumption. So, yeah, despite the narrative, he clarified that the story is entirely fictional and has no basis in reality, and said that he said back rubs are back. So just throwing that out there. If you're a fan of the book Eruption, that's that now finished Michael Crichton book that James Patterson took care of since Crichton we lost, unfortunately, a few years ago. But the best-selling volcano disaster thriller is apparently going to be made into a movie. So it's going to be looking for that to come eventually. It's directed by Jimmy Chin and Elizabeth Chai, who are known for their work on the documentary Free Solo and the critically acclaimed Nyad. So be looking for that to come in the future, and I've heard good things about that book, but I haven't had a chance to read it yet myself. Alexander Morris, the lead singer of the Four Tops, is suing a Detroit hospital for racial discrimination after staff restrained him and ordered a psychological exam, refusing to believe that his identity as a member of the Motown group. That'll do it for you. If you're a fan of The Boys, which is back on Amazon Prime, it's going to end after Season 5. Season 4, of course, getting ready to start here in the next couple weeks. If you're a fan of the show, showrunner Eric Kripke shared the news, saying, "Thrilled to bring the story to a gory, epic, moist climax." So, yep, 2 days. I think it premieres on Friday when The Boys comes back if you're a fan of that show. After Midnight with Taylor Tomlinson has been renewed on CBS. It's the late night show that replaced the Late Late Show with James Corden. And it airs after the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. So, if you're a fan of Taylor Tomlinson, her show is going to continue. Joe Jonas was apparently spotted with an upcoming actress named Layla Abdallah following his recent breakup. They enjoyed a beach vacation in Athens, Greece, where they were seen being affectionate and playful. If you're a fan of Spotify, they're apparently going to launch a high-fidelity audio tier later this year. The upgrade is going to cost $5 more per month and offer better audio quality. Jon Stewart's going to be hosting 2 live episodes of The Daily Show following the presidential debates. That should be interesting. It's part of his Indecision 2024 coverage. It will also tape a week of episodes at the Republican and Democratic conventions, so be watching for that. Those that were hoping for a Power Rangers live-action series that was in development at Netflix, it's apparently no longer moving forward, so Hasbro is now looking at different directions for the franchise with different partners. And then finally, in your celebrity news today, Sheila E. was denied access to Prince's home studio on what would have been his 66th birthday. Of course, if you know, Sheila E. and Prince were very close. Paisley Park offered other filming locations to her, but she's requested now the return of her drum set that was loaned to the Prince Museum. So, hey, you make her mad, and she's going to back out on things. And a couple other quick stories here. Alice Cooper has launched his annual Elected program and his satirical run for president in 2024. You can check that out. Yes, you can go visit aliceforpresident.com, sign up for the Wild Party, and keep up to date with it. It's something he's done every year since his Elected video in 1972. That was the lead single from his number 1 album, $1 Billion Babies, which was released in March of 73. And Billy Ray Cyrus and his wife, Fire Rose, are getting a divorce. Yeah, they said it would last forever, but it only lasted less than 9 months. Yeah, he's citing irreconcilable differences and inappropriate marital conduct. So, yeah. Of course, that's his third wife, after Cindy Smith, who he divorced in 1991, and Tish Cyrus, who he divorced in 2022. Yeah, I guess he doesn't have much luck with anything anymore. And finally, just for fun, if you have not heard the news, Flavor Flav is apparently now the new spokesperson for Red Lobster in an effort to help save the company from bankruptcy. Not quite sure how that's going to go, but it could be interesting. Flavor Flav for Red Lobster. That should be great.
Live and local. Matt and the Morning Crew on Mix 96 FM.